You may have watched the previous video that I posted, Yellow, Norton, Good Start, and Idle. Um, that was the end result of about the better part of 3 days effort to do a 5-minute job. I just went through about 20 some odd videos that I took during the last 2.5, 3 days of the efforts put into getting this bike to run. And basically they're all junk. The videos are just not worth watching because the effort I put in was, for all practical purposes, wasted effort. I cleaned and recleaned and recleaned and recleaned and readjusted, and it was carburation. It was obviously carburation. I mean, timing. We checked the timing. Timing was dead nuts on. So it was carburation, and we meaning me for the most part, just kept proving the old adage that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. And basically we were doing the same thing over and over and over again. I was doing the same thing over and over and over again and hoping for different results, and it didn't happen until the very last minute, when almost by accident I realized that one of the old-fashioned white plastic floats had gasoline inside it. It had leaked, and leaked in such a manner that it sucked in gasoline. And oh, what a wasted effort for a lousy float that was, for all purposes, half sunk. Then I realized that the other one was leaking too. Both floats had gasoline in them. So I wasted a lot of time just because I did not see it. I overlooked it. Should have seen it? Good question. Finally saw it, put 2 new floats in, bike runs like a top. Really, really wasted effort. Now, that took about 20 some odd videos, all of which were a waste of time. However, I went back through those videos and I found a few snippets here and there that are actually valuable. So I'm sticking them all together and calling it Amal Carb Cleaning Hints or something to that effect. And they aren't necessarily sequential, they aren't necessarily smooth from one to the next. They're just sort of chopped up. And I'm just going to stick them out there because some of the knowledge is valuable. And it's what I've salvaged out of all the videos that I did while getting this yellow bike to run. And the bike runs great now, but it took a lot of wasted effort to get there. And it's all my doings. If I had just noticed those floats. I don't know what to say. Anyway, that's that. Stand by. Here come the snippets for what they're worth. Enjoy or not. Bye-bye. I'm back. Okay, something I forgot to mention yesterday when I was talking about cleaning carbs, cleaning the body, cleaning the needle jet, cleaning the slide, the whole 9 yards over there, cleaning out the passages, and then cleaning this, dabba, dabba, dabba. I forgot to mention that you should take a probe, in this case it's just the shaft of a Q-tip, and these are very important, and I have seen them be clogged up. These are the passages that feed gas to the pilot jet, and if they get clogged up, the pilot jet won't have any gas going to it. So make sure that they're completely clear, okay? I have had them come in here and be clogged up. I've seen it. So that's something else to remember to check when you are cleaning carbs. Make sure these passages are completely clear all the way down. There are 2 passages because this is the same bowl used on the right and the left carburetor, and on the right carburetor, one side is used, on the left carburetor, the other side is used. I can't tell you which is which because I don't care. But basically make sure that both of these feed holes are clear all the way down to the bottom so you can see the probe coming out, all right? Very important. These are nice and clean, shiny, bright. I'm going to put different, not necessarily newer, bigger, better, better, needle valves, gas valves in here. And let's see what else. That's about it. If I had rebuild kits, it'd be nice. I'd put the new floats in. I'd put the new gas valves in. I'd put the new gaskets in, but I don't. And I don't want to tie this bike up for the next week and a half. It's a buddy's bike, and if there's any problems crop up, I can order new kits and do it a second time for him for no problem. So that's where we are. I'm going to put all these bits and pieces together, hang this stuff back on the bike, and give it another try. And if it leaks, you won't need video to know about it because you'll hear me screaming all the way from here to wherever you are. All right, so the way Norton carbs are mounted, you can't just take one float bowl off. You have to take the fuel lines off, and then you can take one float bowl off. So, step first, I'm going to take the fuel lines off. By the way, when you're unscrewing this, don't mess with the cord, unscrew the nut. Use a nice big Whitworth on the body. Use the right one. On the body of the petcock like this to hold it, while you use the other one just to keep the petcock from turning. Okay, so Okay, does anybody see anything wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't know. I just don't see any problem. I don't know. I just don't know.
Jets and everything?
Yeah, these have
Okay.
already been off, so these are all clean. Let's pull those out. Let's pull the pilot adjuster out. We can pull it all out.
Okay.
And then what I want to do is I want to get in here and clean these little spray holes right there. Make sure they're clear.
Gotcha.
We put pressure through the pilot adjuster while we put our finger over here.
Okay.
We put a pressure through here while we hold our finger over here.
Yep.
And we have to have flow all the way out through this passage, all the way into here and out of this passage, and out of this passage, all with the pressure of the CRC cleaner.
Just the CRC, not air?
Just CRC.
Just CRC.
Well, especially since I have that little rubber
tip
on
nozzle,
it. So.
Alrighty, I'll start peeling them apart.
Would you? And I'm going to just go ahead at this point in time, turn off the video till we start the effort. That's the plan. We're going to do these carbonizers one more time and see if this bike runs. If you've ever wondered how far in the body the pilot jets are, I'll show you. This is the little cleaner that I use. There it is. Okay, I knew the viewfinder was somewhere. This is the guy. Hello, focus. Okay, there. This is the cleaner I use with the little drill bit. And it goes into the pilot jet adjusting hole, like so. And you go all the way in until you feel it go through the jet. Okay? You can go in there feeling around till it goes through the jet. And then once you're in the jet, you can feel it go through. And then you can clean it like this, cleaning the corrosion out. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is just take it out here, lay it here, and you can see that the jet is not in here. This is a mixing chamber. The jet is right about here. So you have to go all this way in to get to and through the jet that's actually pressed into the body during the manufacturing process. Later, they put the pilot jet on the new Premiers. They drilled this out and put the pilot jet in from the side. But right now, I'm cleaning this really good. Now next, I'm going to blow pressure through here, pressure through here, and pressure through here to prove that I've got good clear internal passages on this carburetor before putting it back together. Now, let's see if I can do this without spraying myself in the face or getting Kevin out of the way. All right, so let's start here with the pilot jet hole. I'm going to inject it here. You should see a spray coming out of the throat of this carburetor. See it? And those little holes up there? There are two holes, and they have to both be clear. One of them looks like it's a little not clear because you can see it coming out at an angle. See that? So I'm going to clean those with the little probe and see if that makes a difference. Which is always fun, because now what you have to do is take this guy and stick it in there. What I do is I use a long nose plier to hold it sideways. And once again, coming in here, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Oh, the joy. Like this. Now I can get down into the little holes. You probably can't get the focus on this. And clean out that little hole right there. Okay? And clean out this little hole right here. That'll be interesting. Let's spray some spray through there and see if it comes out cleaner, straighter, just for the heck of it. I have to do this left-handed.
Yeah.
Because this is a left carb. Okay, so we're going to go in here. And you're going to see the sprays. You see them? They came out straight. They were not deflected. Okay, so that was a good thing to do. Now, coming in from this direction, you put your finger over the pilot jet hole and come in from this direction on the front of the bike, front of the carb. And once again, you should see, if you can see in here, I'm not sure I can do this. Let me hold it this way. Now I can't do the other end.
What do you need? What do you hear?
Well, let's see. It's a good point. I want to hold my finger over this. You hold
over this
yeah,
hole.
I'm going to hold my finger over that.
That hole.
Yeah.
No other hole.
No. Actually, I'm going to put this in that hole.
Okay.
Now
And put it over the jet.
Yeah, you put your finger over the pilot jet hole.
Uh-huh.
And where am I putting this thing into?
It's right.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then we should be able to see the little jet holes again when I do this. Don't hit you in the face.
No, I've got glasses on.
You see that?
Yep.
So going in here gets all the way over to those two jet holes very nicely.
Yep.
That means we've got full clearance.
Yeah.
Full clearance. All right, so that's one body that we've cleaned out the internal passages on. Let's try the other. I'm going to do the pilot jet test first and show you the vertical little holes and see what happens. So there they are, right there inside. And this time the jet is here. Okay, they're pretty good. Now let's see if I can do it from the end here, since I'm working right-handed. Since I'm working, but I'm not working backwards.
Yeah.
Would you do the injection on this thing from this side?
Just finish putting this in.
Okay, I'm going to hold this up. You'll shoot this into that little hole while I try to get the camera in here so they can see these two holes. Okay?
All right, ready?
Now, wait a minute. I guess I have to block this passage over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Now do it. Oh, that's good. Do it again. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So we got good, clean internal passages. We're going to put them together now and give the bike a try. I think we found some interesting things, shall we say. This ought to be interesting. I went on Google and asked, how do you test a Amal plastic float for leakage? And they came up with a really clever way, which is to submerge it in hot water, almost boiling hot water, because it causes it to expand and pressurizes the inside of the float, and you should see bubbles if it's leaking. So I've got three floats over there. The one that was in the carburetor and is half filled with gasoline and was leaking. I'm going to put him in there first. And we should see bubbles if the theory is good. Then I've got two more right over there. Might be a two more. That are theoretically good, but they're old style, and that's all I have. Those are my last two. So then I'll test them the same way. I really am curious to see if this hot water bubble action test is actually viable. So here we go. You're along for the ride. And I did not heat it on the stove. I heated this bowl in the microwave and just put it down here for convenience. So no, I didn't heat it on the flame of the stove. All right, here's the one that was leaking, and I'm now going to plunge him into hot water and see what happens. My goodness, look at this. Kevin, come over here and look at this.
See the bubbles?
Little bitty bubbles.
Yep.
Little bubbies.
Oh yeah.
Little,
Yeah.
Look.
Yep, there
look,
it is.
Look at that.
Yep.
Isn't that just clever as heck? Look at that.
Yeah. That's clear then. Yeah.
It is a viable test.
Yeah.
I like that. That's fun. That's
It's
neat.
easy enough. Yeah.
Let's take these and see if they bubble. We're going to bubble them. I'll be darned. That is a clever test, isn't it? Who thought of that? So let's put this one in there and plunge it in and let it sit for about the same amount of time. That was a bubble that went in with it. Can you see right along that crease? Can you see little bubbles forming?
I don't see any bubbles,
on
but
the inside, right there in that crease.
yeah.
Are they micro bubbles?
That's I don't know.
I don't either. I think I do. I think I see them.
Okay. Yeah. That's why we have Roger.
How many of these are we going to test? How many of these are we going to do? Actually, I would live with this one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any evidence that there's not like the other, which is very clear.
Which was very clear, yes. All right, so let's submerge this one and see what happens.
As an aside, I guess this is not unlike when you go from here to almost 10,000 feet in Breckenridge, Colorado.
Oh.
We call it the altitudes because the inside pressure coming from flat lines is greater than the outside pressure.
Oh, is that right? I've never thought about that.
Everybody has, for a couple of days, altitudes.
Is that? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. First couple of days, think, am I sick? No, it's just everything equalizing.
Oh, I'll be darned.
So the bubbles come out.
Okay, I don't see any action here.
No, I see no.
All right, so I think we should go ahead and use these two.
Yep.
My final last two old style. And we may come up with another shop rule. What would that be? Shop rule 27 or so?
2,700, yeah. Yeah.
Never, ever, ever work on a carburetor without putting in new floats.
Yeah.
The new style
New
floats.
style floats.
I think we have a new shop rule.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's just, because you can just wrestle and wrestle and wrestle. And
I just spent 2 days.
I was going to say, and
You know.
there's nothing you can do. It
Okay.
just,
So we're going to go use these two, and I have got to say that this test is viable and it was successful. All right, that's kind of cool.
That's real cool.
Yeah.
How about that? We learned something new.
There you go. Okay, Kevin and I have each put together one of these carburetors. Now, here's the really good part of working on carburetors on the bench rather than on the bike. I'm going to shake this carburetor, and let's see if you can hear it. All right. Can you hear that? Can you get this other one? Can you hear that? That's the float flopping up and down. That tells you that your float is free and not stuck. That's one of the advantages of working on the bench on these bikes, on these carbs, rather than trying to do it on the bike like I did for the last 2 days. So anyway, at this point in time, we've got 2 new floats that passed the hot boiling water leak test. I've got 2 new gaskets for the throats, and you're testing that battery. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It tests good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a strong little battery.
Yeah, it is.
It's undersized, but
yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. Like, well, you know, but no, she works.
I was surprised when I turned on the light how bright it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to put these carbs back on the bike and see what happens.